Hey, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Celeste and talk about our tooth saga. The saga of the impacted wisdom teeth is well on its way and will see a conclusion in this series of videos. I can guarantee that. Yeah. So I'm sitting in the chair and Tony's gone. I can't even talk to Tony or look at Tony anymore. She's not there to help. The IV in my arm is starting to really start to itch or hurt, or I don't even remember honestly if it was more of just an uncomfortable feeling of being aware that this thing was in my arm. And finally the doctor comes in. I hear the footsteps I've been waiting for so eagerly. And then Tony says, "Okay, Mr. Broman, I'm going to give you those drugs that I told you about." I said, "Okay, sock it to me. I'm good to go." And she does something, and then I can feel the drugs start to go in and take effect. How do I hit that? And sure enough, nausea comes over me like a wave, like a tidal wave of I don't know, of car sickness, of just the most weird lightheaded feeling you've ever experienced. Then the itching starts. She told me 15 seconds or so of the nauseous dizziness feeling. Then you're gonna get itchy in the privates mostly. Sure enough, boom, starts kind of in my lower torso, and then sweeps across me like a wave. And not just itch, like a painful burning itch. Strange feeling that was. Starts off in the lower torso. Sure enough, right down to the crotch. Like, well, this is strange, and it's burning, and holy jeez, this is way more uncomfortable than you told me it was going to be, Tony. And then boom, I was gone. Next thing I know, I feel some tugging at my mouth, and I am awake. Tony leads me from the operating chair over to a recovery chair, sits me down very gently, very nicely. Tony was the best part of this whole operation. Let me tell you. Without Tony, I would have been livid. Tony was there. She led me, told me, "You walk under your own power, Mr. Broman, over to that chair, and have a seat. Just be careful." She leads me over, sets me down. Everything's good. Sitting there, slowly becoming more awake. Next thing I know, I realize my wife's beside. Oh, this is great. My wife is here. Tony's here. I'm awake and alive. And this is nice and comfy. I just close my eyes, start to go to sleep. Then I get a little, "Oh, Mr. Broman," from across the side of the room. "Try to stay awake for me, okay?" "Well, certainly, Tony. If that's what I have to do, then that's what I have to do." So I force myself to stay awake for Tony, and sure enough, I slowly start to come to. I realize I've got this gauze in my mouth. I'm sticking out like a walrus, these big white tufts of gauze. My mouth is in pain. I'm disoriented and sore. The soreness, like they must open your mouth and contort your mouth and jaw in ways that you wouldn't think the human mouth was capable of moving and being contorted, because the pain and soreness in the jaw is just absolutely unreal. I'm a week out now, and I really only have, like I said, I just took some ibuprofen, the good stuff, the heavy-duty stuff that the doctor gave me, and I still have this pain in the right side, which is kind of unsettling for me, because the right side was where I was having the pain before, and it's still there. And we're a week out, and they told me 6 to 7 days for, a noticeable recovery. And that's where we're at. So to still be in pain is kind of worrisome, but we'll sort that out later. I'm in pain. I've got the gauze. My wife's here. She's got the instructions that I need to have now. And Tony's basically abandoned me at this point, which hurt, I must say. And I thought it would come back. And my wife's just kind of sitting there because she can tell I'm in a daze. I can't talk. I can't carry on really any conversation. I'm like, how did I get over here? Oh, you walked under your own power, Mr. Roman. Okay, if you say so, Tony. You wouldn't lie to me. And then the instructions. Well, that's why you need a responsible person there, because they give you this list of instructions like you would not believe. And I don't remember half of them even now that I'm clear-headed, let alone if I had been the one receiving them at the time. So Tony rattles off the instructions to my wife. Nodding, yeah, okay, no problem. We get a sheet, we get all the tools. There's syringes, there's gauze pads, there's a sheet with instructions on it. There's pills, antibiotics, and Tylenol, the heavy codeine stuff, and the 600 ibuprofen, 600 milligram ibuprofens, and I hit the dash button there. That's bull. So we go through, and all the instructions, and finally it's time to go, and I walk out, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm like, hey, I can walk on my own. Things are looking up, you know? Well, that didn't last. We get in the car, drive back to the hotel. My wife gets me all set up all nice. I've got pillows. I've got my laptop. I've got YouTube open. I've got work that I can do. I've got all kinds of stuff going on. My whole little station is set up there for me. My pills, some water if I need it. You can't even spit. Like it's unbelievable. You just got to bite down on this gauze and you're dripping into they're hanging out like walrus tusks out of your mouth. And then eventually, you're supposed to change this gauze every 2 hours. And eventually, before that 2 hours is even close to being up, I'm dripping with blood out the end of the gauze, right? It's just dripping down, literally. I'm like, got a bucket, and I'm this pathetic looking creature. And then that's when it hit me. That, like, I was happy with the setup. I was happy. Everything else was so good. And then I realized, oh my God, I'm just bleeding out of my mouth everywhere. Like, how am I supposed to enjoy any of this lovely setup I have here when I'm just dripping blood? So I don't even think I made an hour with the first set of gauze before it starts dripping everywhere. Like, well, I got to change this. So I change it, and this big, you can barely open your mouth. Your mouth opens like maybe 1/8 of an inch, and you've got this huge wad of gauze you got to pull out of your mouth through this 1/8 of an inch, and then it thumps into the sink just with the most sickening splat, and it's just red. And where it was in your mouth, in like at the socket, is just dark red. I'm like, oh my God, I'm never gonna recover from this. And then the other one comes out, thunk down into the sink with a sickening splat, and it's red, just coated red. Like, oh my God. Then you bunch up the gauze the way. Oh, it's our friend the Crow. Are you finally going to talk to me, Mr. Crow? Oh, and it's the crazy old lady. Oh, hello again. Of course, you're here. Calling it quits, I see. No, I fell. It's over. That's probably for the best. The mountain doesn't pull any punches. Yeah, I get it. What the heck? Why can't we go? Yeah, I get it. I wasn't strong enough to climb your stupid mountain. You can laugh at me again if you want. I didn't mean actually laugh. Sometimes you gotta know when to throw in the towel. You'll get over it. You know what? I had a lot of time to think climbing out of this cave. I'm already over it. That part of me was right. I can't do this. I'll just go home to my sad life and be miserable forever. You clearly aren't over it. Shut up, I know. I don't want to give up. But no matter how hard I try, she sabotages me every step of the way. A lot of kids come here to climb this mountain only to give up. It's a shame that you fell. I was starting to think you'd make it. What makes me so special? I've never met someone so angry at themselves. Honestly, I thought you'd reach the summit just to spite yourself. Gee, thanks. This girl you're talking about, it sounds like she's holding you back. Talk to her. Figure out why she's so scared. You think she's scared? I guess I never thought of it that way. Stop wasting both of our time and ask her. What have you got to lose? Okay. So can I go up that cart or not? Is that like the exit win condition? No, I can't even get up there. Oh, come on, buddy. God damn, I want to pet Crow so bad. I love how the water makes the sound, the music. Oh, I love it. I have a strange relationship with this game because I know I had some bad reactions a while ago, back when my tooth was really bugging me and everything was really starting to pile on me. And, but all in all, like, I honestly did always enjoy the game. The gameplay, the music, even when I was copyrighted, it was all great. I mean, the game is fantastic. There's no doubt about it. There's depth. There's, you know, the B-sides and all the stuff. And then I watched people are racing and speed running it, and it's like, I'll never get into that. But holy man, I mean, the game has a lot to offer. It's been a great experience for sure. And, you know, just watching Madeline dip in the water and then having the sound and music kind of mute itself to mimic, you know, your head going underwater. It was just, again, the little touches are fantastic. I don't know how to find her. She's part of you, right? If you look for her, she won't take long to find. So you know about the mountain's power? Of course I know. I live here. I tried to warn you. You need to work on your messaging. A glimpse at the truth is good for people, even if most can't accept what they see. There's no shame in running back to your car and driving away. Someday you'll be ready. Then you'll come back. No, I'm going to see this through. No more running. I thought so. Good luck. Okay, so I guess we go through here. So we roll up. I got the sink full of gauze. You know what? Let's just focus on the game. The Tooth Saga will have to wait. We've obviously got something big happening here. Oh my god. This strange little area. I don't know if I mentioned, but one of my thoughts was also, you know, death. This is some sort of afterlife or something, maybe. Right? It's possible, but... Shit. Do I need you down here? Jumpy, 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 jumpy. Dead, huh? Funny. Funny guy. I was just gonna say, yeah, we get it. You're a pinball thing. And then it pinballed me right to my death. Can I get in you? No. Oh, that fish is gonna come to haunt us. I can tell already. That fish is gonna wreck our shit. Yep. Come get me, Mr. Fish. You know what's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. Are we in a waterland? Oh my god. Remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles water? That game single-handedly ruined water levels for me forever. A lot of the Marios weren't enough to bring it back. The only game that almost brought back water levels for me was fudge was Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong was the only game that almost brought water levels back to being acceptable for me. Other than that, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you had to at the dam level, you had to swim through the water and defuse the bombs. And there was a time limit, and there was spikes, and there was all kinds of scary stuff. And I was a kid, and yeah, I don't think I beat the level, because I remember after that there was the level where you're in the van, and then you had to conserve ammunition to blow up barricades and fight your way through some buildings, and it was kind of a maze that you were stuck in. And those take me back? Nope. Kind of amazed that you were stuck in. I never beat that part. I only made it there a handful of times. Looking for me? I thought you were done with me. That was a mistake. I'm sorry. You think you've got it all figured out. You think you don't need me. I said I'm sorry. We need to move past this. You expect me to trust you? You aren't innocent here either. But I know you're scared. Look, we're at rock bottom. There's no point in fighting. I can keep digging. I could pull us down to the center of the earth. What would be the point? Let's climb out of here. Together. Come close to me and I'll make you regret it. Well, you're gonna regret it. Wow, how did they know that was gonna happen? Now, am I gonna get saved after, like, when I fell through there? Key is to go back as far as humanly possible to avoid, oh, maybe not. This is easy. The bosses have been easy. Cthulhu, I think, was oh, this is different. Oh, wow. That delay, though. Oh, I pushed my luck. I know you gotta wait. That's fine. She doesn't, I don't think she follows a pattern. It's not like laser beam and then 2 shots. It's just whatever she feels like. Wow, that was close. Oh, she will lock on and then be stuck on you, so that's good to know. Right into it. Well, I come back here, right? Yeah, of course. Went to dash up, ended up dashing right into her. Why did you push me over the thing that was broken? Why is this one so much harder? It must be the angles that they're positioning us at. They're giving her the high ground. She's got the high ground, Anakin. Not fair. The trick is to just get her to wait until she locks on. And then move. And then not jump right into the ball that she dashes at you. That was fortunate. But we're going to put a cut in here just to keep the video sizes. That I don't mean to leave you on a cliffhanger, but until then, thanks very much. See you soon.